This tutorial should help you get familiar with the game's interface. Clicking on the choices, you'll shape the story and proceed along your adventure. Clicking on the icon above the choice will play its audio.
Head to your private quarters to read the blood magic book.
With these arrows, you'll scroll through the longer choices.
Book has the knowledge you require.
Click on this button to hide the book. Now click it again. Click on the bottom left corner to move the book. Now click it again. These buttons are to manage the narration's audio. Here, you'll find the icons to manually save the game and to see the... Here, you can find the icon... When you return to the main menu, the game is automatically saved to the autosave slot of the campaign. You can customize all the controls from... Now, click on the first choice to begin your story, or click on the other one if you'd rather get to know the...
For years now, peace has been reigning over the continent of Hesperia. The feats of ancient heroes, warriors, and magicians will live on as legends and children's bedtime stories. Wizards have lost Kalsinar and bring back people. Now, he feels the time has come to take, just as he will never forget who he decided to take his... For years now, peace has been reigning over the continent of Hesperia. The feats of ancient heroes, warriors, and magicians will live on as legends and children's bedtime stories. Everything is back to normal. Search for the dragon. Retrieve the book. Find the tomb with the relic. Without hesitation, Leon decides to head to Laganasan. The cold desert is an inhospitable region inhabited only by outlaws. Its border is marked by an imposing metal fence. No one has ever answered his questions. My name is Leon. I'm a wizard of Balinor.
He speaks. What brings you so far from home?
My business is none of your concern.
You arrogant fool. I'll have you whipped before I'll throw you in the cell. Now answer my questions.
The captain of the guards is infuriated, and Leon doesn't like orders. The wizard must now decide whether to submit and start answering, or to attack. Although a great wizard indeed, Leon has overlooked a minor detail. He is not immune to fire, and triggering such a high-level spell in a room. My name is Leon. I'm a wizard of Balinor.
He speaks. What brings you so far from home? There are no secrets here at the border. Arrest him. Let's see if a few days in jail will get him to talk.
Leon finds out firsthand that compliance doesn't always pay off.
There are no secrets here at the border. Arrest him. Let's see if a few days in jail.
Leon is outraged by the power play taking place. He decides to act upon getting rid of his audience. Leon is fast, and the soldiers have no time to react. His hands are as quick as his tongue, and he unleashes the spell, despite the devastating effects on his opponents. Once over the border, Leon explores the area. The ground is black, as if covered by volcanic ashes. Without adding anything else, Leon resumes his walk to the location divulged by the creature. After some time, Leon finds the hill surrounded by bones, just as the snake man. The wizard decides to step into the cave, and an eye is soon upon him. The dragon rises abruptly, spreading its mighty wings that take up the entire den. It roars and bellows. Leon catches the dragon off guard. The jet of water shoots straight into the beast's mouth, hindering its burst of flame. The recoil, however, makes it... Unfortunately, the dragon sees this coming. Thanks to its sheer size and power, it destroys the element. Leon catches the dragon off guard. The jet of water shoots straight into the beast's mouth, hindering its burst of flame. The recoil. It turns out to be the winning choice. Unprotected by scales, the stone spears jab the dragon's soft underbelly with a dread. Leon enters the Rulath Forest, an area that has long served as the home of several outlaws. Reminiscent of his mentor's stories, he remembers that the tomb of Hesperia, the magician who had protected him as a child, should be here. The tomb guards a medallion. The blood misled Leon. As he moves the first stone, an undead skeleton appears in front of him. He has the beat of one breath to make a decision, and his heart pounds in his chest. Leon, however... The skeleton crumbles to the ground and dissolves, but a cloud rises from the bones. It takes a screeching and ghostly shape. It's a banshee. The wizard remembers that sound propagates faster through solids at high temperatures. He summons a granite wall encircled. Leon decides to go after the Book of Blood Magic. He heads northwest for the city of Remagast, close to the border with the cold desert. He might gates for Calmation. Signs so good, and the visit they have a life of their own. Leon recognizes him right away and heads for the elf's table. Good day, Ankalimo.
Good day to you, Leon. What brings you here?
My design is moving forward, declares the wizard with ill-concealed pride.
What do you need me to do?
Head to Snelfos, gather the army, take the city, and ready yourselves to move against Valinor, Leon orders. Leon indulges in a night of restful sleep to restore his energy. After fleshing out the last details of his plan with Ankalimo, he resumes his journey to the north. First, roots suddenly spring up from the ground. They envelop Leon's legs, immobilizing. Leon indulges in a night of restful sleep to restore his energy. After fleshing out the last details of his plan, the window's shutters are open, and Leon enters the tower effortlessly. The room is pitch black, save for a single glimmer of light that shines on a desk. His magic doesn't work as he'd hoped. Unfortunately, Leon can't see anything. The window's shutters are open, and Leon enters the tower effortlessly. The room is pitch black, save for a single glimmer of light. His magic doesn't work as he'd hoped. Unfortunately, Leon can't see anything. The window's shutters are open, and Leon enters the tower effortlessly. Searching the room, Leon finds an hourglass on the desk, the only object in the otherwise unadorned chamber. Leon tries to pick it up, but the base is fixed. It seems that summoning an earth elemental wasn't the best idea. Perhaps he should have chosen to use... Searching the room, Leon finds an hourglass on the desk, the only object. Leon kills the guardian and takes the book. A secret door opens along the side of the tower, and he steps in. A row of torches lights his path. Even though he can't fathom how any of it is possible, 1,000 thoughts.
Several years have passed since Leon set out to seek his obsessions. His stubbornness resulted in a war for the conquest of Kael'Sanar. However, he has yet to acquire all the knowledge he needs to dominate the nation, and with time, the entire world. The city is not far from the Resistance headquarters. It's one of the few main stops for the rebels to have a few drinks, or to revel between women's thighs at the local brothels. However, while imposing, the man you're facing is quite clumsy. Since your first fighting... The walk to Rulath Forest was long. Before you is a dark maze of trees and entangled branches. Waiting means hesitating. The wolves sense your fear and the whole pack jumps on you. The walk to Rulath Forest was long. Before you is a dark maze. With woodland predators, the best strategy is to strike first and quickly. You can't show any fear. You unsheathe your knives with both hands and hurl them in one single fluid movement. You hit the first two wolves straight between the eyes. The third beast immediately stops. The path is flanked by trees, but goes straight to the cabin. You're almost there when suddenly you feel the With woodland predators, the best strategy is to strike first and quickly. You can't. The path you've chosen seems to lead away from the cabin. It keeps changing its course. You're afraid you might run into more wolves, or perhaps... Your perseverance pays off. You almost didn't expect to see the cabin's light again. You've arrived directly on the opposite side. The window lights give away. The village is quite rural, and is mainly dwelt in by farmers and shepherds. You have no idea who to look for. The intel you've gathered is scarce. The blacksmith looks down and continues his work.
The man you're looking for left long ago. I don't think he...
You are sitting on the throne in the city of Remagast, north of Hesperia. You've become the undisputed sovereign of nearly the entire nation. Despite some rebellions and uprisings, you even managed to subdue Balinor, the city of... You need to track down a magic artifact, a weapon I once owned, which is now lost. It is called the... Your steps lead you to a small entrance with wooden doors. As you walk in, you are welcomed by a torchlit hall, a large map hanging from the north wall. It displays the continent of Hesperia. Now that you've chosen where you are headed, what you decide now might mark your future and that of the entire nation. You walk through the hallways, guarded by soldiers. They jump at your passage, respectfully saluting you. You don't waste your time on them. They're low-level soldiers, not wizards of your league. The hallway leading to your chamber is deserted and dimly lit, as always. You reach the threshold. Your rush and familiarity with magic have been ill advisors. The spell that you've summoned hastily and without a second thought. You wake up in your bed, surrounded by doctors. You've been too careless and relied on magic. You look out your room's window, breathe in the clean air of morning, and close. Your days are long and lonely, but you make good. You plan to head straight through the forest. It might be a shortcut to Satrapur. Apparently, the rebels are gathered there. You could get rid of them and take back your old city. A wizard could turn out to be the perfect victim for your sacrifice, but they're neither easy to kill nor easy to find. However, there are several herbalists. I'm looking for Red Viper's venom. The man opens his eyes wide, slack. Herbalists can't take a joke. You laugh and the tension fades. Your speaker relaxes. He's at ease.
Please excuse me. It was a rather unusual request.
Julian replies. You dismiss all the ups and downs you've been through so far have seriously tested your limits. You feel different. The new powers you've acquired are exciting. You are more powerful. You slowly start climbing up the wall, grabbing any protrusion on the stone slate. All the ups and downs you've been through so far have seriously tested your limits. You're but a child. Such a climb is out of the question. Therefore, you open the door, ready to face whatever lies beyond it. You walk into a wide circular room, fully illuminated. A huge creature is waiting for you in the center. Even sitting, it must be some 10.
The princess is behind the door with the sign, "A princess is behind a door."
The abomination bursts into laughter.
You couldn't even manage to solve the first riddle.
You're but a child. Such a climb is out of the question.
The princess is in the left door. The other sign, "The princess is behind a door," is most definitely true. Therefore, the other one is false.
The abomination mumbles hoarsely. The trunk-shaped arm drops to the ground as if it were cut off, but there's no blood.
Very well, Leon, but I'm not done just yet. Let's continue with the next riddle. A crossroads leads to two different villages. The inhabitants of one speak only the truth. Wrong answer. You should have asked him to take you to his village. If he...
The princess is in the left door. The other sign, "The princess is behind a door."
Wrong answer. You should have asked him to take you to his village.
The princess is in the left door. The other sign, "The princess is behind a door."
Wrong answer. You should have asked him to take you to his village.
The princess is in the left door. The other sign, "The princess is behind a door."
Your answer is correct,
says the abomination, while the other arm falls to the ground with a thud. You smile, certain you've passed the test. How could he capture you now, without arms?
Let's continue.
In a cold sweat, you wonder how...
Wrong.
The hoarse laugh of the abomination echoes through the atrium.
He told him the king's dead father owed him money. That way, if the king admits the farmer's... Your answer is correct,
says the abomination, while the other arm falls to the ground with a thud.
Wrong.
The hoarse laugh of the abomination echoes through the atrium.